Hello, everyone. We'll be just starting in a couple of minutes. Let us wait for 2 minutes and we'll start. All right, so let's start. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar on Click to WhatsApp ads. My name is Rupak Sarvekar. I am the Customer Success Manager at Interakt. Allow me to introduce our fellow colleagues from the Meta team. We have Tuja with us, who looks after commerce partnerships at Meta. We have Manan with us, who heads product marketing at WhatsApp Business App. Manan will be guiding us how to set up Click to WhatsApp ads, what are the best practices, do's and don'ts, and other important, insights. Over to you, Manan.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you all. So I'll quickly show you a presentation and basically do a deep dive on how Click to WhatsApp ads can help you drive your business, and at the same time focus a bit more on setup and measurement part. Just give me a minute. Hey, I'm not able to share my screen.
Sure, let me just quickly. Yeah.
Manan, before you kickstart, I just wanted to set some context as well regarding the webinar. So hi, everyone. Thank you for joining in. I know this webinar was particularly scheduled to guys, train you guys on how to basically run Click to WhatsApp ads, give you a brief as to how measurement works on these and how you can potentially look at a decent ROAS via running these ads, right? I know the team has already reached out to you from Interakt to kind of participate in a certain pilot that we are running with them. And this training session is primarily to kind of help you, guide you, get you acquainted with everything that is Click to WhatsApp ads. So I'll just hand over to Manan to get started. Over to you, Manan.
Thanks, Rutuja. So yeah, some of these slides are general introduction on WhatsApp. So I'll just rush through those. But basically, as I understand, and like Rutuja pointed out, you all have built some customer journeys and shopping experience for consumers on WhatsApp with the help of haptic, right? So you understand the value of WhatsApp and how WhatsApp can help you drive your business and sales. But this is not limited to you. Over 75% of users we surveyed, right? They said that they want to use messaging as a primary mode of communication with businesses, and this is globally. And because this is also the channel they use to interact with their family and friends, so they don't want to use any other channel, right? And within business messaging, how specifically WhatsApp can help you. So first, it's one-on-one, right? So one-on-one, just like an email or a phone call, but obviously your emails don't get lost in the inbox, and the customers don't have to pick up a phone or wait on a caller tune to talk with your business, right? So that's one key advantage. It's conversational, like I mentioned, that more and more the the interaction between consumers and businesses becoming informal. They want to ask a lot of questions before they buy products. A plain vanilla experience of going to a website, browsing through the catalog and buying products, I think that is now slowly changing. So WhatsApp is at the forefront of that change. It's asynchronous, so that is again an advantage. So unlike talking on phone, on WhatsApp, consumers can answer or ask questions as per their convenience. It's not necessarily they have to reply then and there. So that's a big advantage of WhatsApp. The conversations are stored and they can come back to the conversation maybe after 1 hour, 2 hours, or even after a day. Similarly, businesses can also nudge customers after a day, can reply back after finding out all the information. So it's asynchronous. And this I can't talk about enough, is especially in India. WhatsApp is a platform which all of us use, and it's on almost every phone. So why not move your business to that platform, right? So that's the biggest advantage of WhatsApp. So while all of you have integrated the customer journeys on WhatsApp using WhatsApp Business API, basically there are 3 platforms that WhatsApp provides to users, right? One is the consumer app, which all of us use, right? Which is the normal WhatsApp app. Second is a small business app, which goes by the name WhatsApp Business, and it's also freely available on Play Store and Apple App Store. And third is the business platform or WhatsApp Business API, which is suitable to drive businesses at scale, right? Because consumer app and business app are still completely manual. You'll have to respond to messages manually. So for a very small business with the relatively low volume requirements, that would work. But if you want to scale your business, handle large volumes of messages, WhatsApp Business API is the way to go, because it provides you a lot of automation, right? So that's the key benefit of using WhatsApp Business platform. And now talking about ads that click to WhatsApp, again, you can use either the small business app or the business platform to create ads that click to WhatsApp, depending on the purpose. But in this case, you all have already integrated with WhatsApp Business platform. So that's the channel you use to run and scale your ads on WhatsApp. So before I dive deeper into what are these ads, let's look at various organic channels through which you could drive user-initiated conversations. So basically, how could users or your potential consumers message you on WhatsApp, right? You can publish your WhatsApp number on your website. You can even publish a WhatsApp icon on your website, right? You can even have print ads with your WhatsApp numbers with QR codes. You can print the QR codes on your products if you have physical products. And obviously, you should definitely have WhatsApp button on your Instagram or Facebook page, right? So these are all organic channels through which you could drive messages, right? But if you want to drive new user acquisitions or user-initiated messages at scale, click to WhatsApp ads is the most effective and scalable platform. So these are, although we call them click to WhatsApp, these are essentially ads on Facebook and Instagram across all the placements. And I'm assuming that all of you have done some advertising on Facebook and Instagram, so you would know all these placements. So whether it's feed, marketplace, or stories, click to WhatsApp ads show up on all these placements. And when a user clicks on these ads, instead of going to a website or an app or a Facebook page, which has been the usual ads behavior, they will actually land on a WhatsApp chat with your business, right? Which is handled by your WhatsApp Business API bot. So this is the click to WhatsApp ads behavior, which is a relatively new behavior for even users, but it's growing very rapidly. And it's a key focus in Meta as a company as well. We talked about placements in terms of targeting. You can use standard targeting, which is location, geo, age, or gender. or if you have some customer data, you can use custom audience or lookalike audiences as a form of retargeting. Engagement, again, you can use image ads, video ads, carousel ads for this, right? And I'll talk about the develop part in detail in subsequent slides, but essentially it's very important to optimize the delivery for more conversation, which is to optimize for, which is what we call conversation optimization, which is available with messages objective. So that's the objective you should be using while setting up your ad campaign. So I won't go through these customer journeys, but we are seeing lot of interest from advertisers in 4 or 5 verticals. For example, retail or e-commerce, like most of you are, and then auto, health, education, and FinServe, right? All of these are finding a lot of value in click to WhatsApp ads, primarily because these require some conversation, right? As we call conversational commerce, and WhatsApp is a channel which helps in consultation and consideration, right? So wherever you want to provide a consultation experience, for example, health insurance, or in your case, even in the products, right? Where you know that a user might not have the app to browse your products, or they might not want to go to the mobile website, or you want to simplify the shopping experience. That's when you bring them to WhatsApp and basically simplify their buying journey, right? By asking the relevant questions, showing the relevant products. It could be through a multi-product message like you can see here, and then completing the purchase either on WhatsApp itself or through a payment link. So this is what the WhatsApp enables, right? Which is consultative selling, and especially for a relatively small brands, consumers would have a lot of questions before they make a purchase. So that's where WhatsApp's value comes to play, right? So that's on the journeys. Now I'll talk about a setup part. So you can create click to WhatsApp ads from Ads Manager just like any other ads, and I'll go through those screenshots. But the one primary step, or one step you need to do before you start creating the ads, is to connect your WhatsApp or WhatsApp business number to your Facebook page. So that's the prerequisite that you need to do before you start creating a click to WhatsApp ad. You might, in some cases, we have seen that a business might have several WhatsApp numbers, and they want to use multiple numbers to create their click to WhatsApp ad campaign, right? That is also possible now. Although with one Facebook ad, one Facebook page, you can connect only with one WhatsApp number, but with the Facebook ads business manager, you can connect multiple WhatsApp numbers. And while you are creating the ad, you will see all those phone numbers in the drop down, and you can choose whatever number you want to use to create that particular campaign. So that's a recent product launch. So if you suppose you have different sub brands within an umbrella brand, and you have only one Facebook page for the umbrella brand, and you want to run different campaigns for different sub brands, so you don't need to create different Facebook pages for all of them. You just add all those WhatsApp numbers to the business manager, and then go ahead and create your click to WhatsApp campaign. So in terms of how to create these ads, essentially you are recommended campaign objective is messages. You choose messages as an objective. You choose WhatsApp as a messaging app. If you have already connected your Facebook page to your WhatsApp number, it will show up here. Otherwise, it will ask you to connect a WhatsApp number here. You can do it from here as well. And then the optimization and delivery part, you'll see conversations as the default setting, and which is what you should be using. Basically, if you have set this as conversations, then Facebook's algorithm optimizes the campaign to get more messages on your WhatsApp chat, right? So basically, it will target users who are more likely to message your business, right? So that's the best way to drive ROI of your campaigns. One additional step which you have to take care of while creating click to WhatsApp ads. So after this, basically, I didn't run through the whole process where you have to choose targeting, you have to enter bid, you have to enter your budget, because that's what you do for all ad campaigns. So you already know that. And then you obviously create a creative, you add an image or a video, you write headlines, etc. So once you have created the ad and you scroll down, you'll see something like message template. So this is unique to click to WhatsApp ad. So essentially, when a user clicks on the ad, earlier what used to happen, they would land on a WhatsApp chat with a default message of, "Hi, I saw this ad on Facebook," which is not a very good experience, right? The user, you're not setting enough context for the user, and they might think that this message is not conveying their thoughts properly, right? So using message templates, you can create a template of pre-populated messages or options, which user will see once they click on the ad, and then they can they can press enter against any of those messages and send that as the first message. So what I mean by that is, in this example, you see Lucky Shrub Delivery, right? That's the business name. So first, you can create a text with a greeting message, which you can see, "Welcome to the Lucky Shrub, drop us a message anytime," etc. So that's the greeting message. So this is the message which user sees after they press after they click on your ad and land on WhatsApp. And then later you see the frequently asked questions, right? How much do your items cost? Where is your store located? How do I make a purchase? You can add up to 5 questions. And then all those questions users will see once they land on WhatsApp, right? And user just has to press enter against any of these questions to send that message to your business, right? And depending on what message the user sends, you can initiate the most relevant bot journey, right? So that's something which you can do, right? Just keep one thing in mind, that while most of the users would prefer sending any of these messages, but some users might actually type their own message, because there's a free flowing text available here. So users can send you hi, hello, whatever they want to send here, and send enter. So it's not necessary that all the messages which are coming from your ads would be in this format. They could be something else also. So that is something which you need to take care of while you are attributing messages to your ads. I'll talk about that in a bit. Yeah, so I'll basically briefly talk about the whole measurement journey for click to WhatsApp ads. And this is slightly different because unlike other ads where users land on website or app where you are tracking their complete journey through either Facebook Pixel or SDK, in this case, they're landing on WhatsApp, and because of the nature of the platform and the encryption part, it's end-to-end encrypted, Facebook is not able to track the journey. So here, so there are 3 parts to the journey. First is what is happening on Facebook or Instagram, where you will see all the data on Ads Manager, like you see for other ads, which is like how many impressions delivered, reach, how many people, how many clicks which happened on the ad. So, and obviously how much money you spend, right? So that's the data which is available on the Ads Manager. Then they land inside WhatsApp, right? And then Facebook has no visibility on what's happening inside the WhatsApp chat. So user might land inside the WhatsApp chat. They might ask you questions like, okay, I would want to buy this. Then you might show them certain products. They might choose a product, send the cart. They may or may not make a purchase, right? So all these steps are within the WhatsApp journey, and we have no visibility to that. So either so basically only you or your DSP, which in this case is Haptic, will have visibility to those chats. And that's where you should make sure that you are tracking the funnel properly, right? So once a user comes on WhatsApp after clicking on the ad, what are they doing, right? Where are the drop-off points? How many users move to the product selection stage? How many users added products to the cart? How many users made a purchase? This is a funnel which you should be tracking with the help of Haptic to properly evaluate your campaigns. Your journey might end on WhatsApp, but it's possible that there's a third leg to that journey, which is either you are asking users to go to the website, or there are certain calls being made to the users from your call center, or you're essentially passing the location of your nearest store if you have a physical store, and then final purchase is happening at the store. These are possible. In that case, you can track that third leg through, if it's happening on web or app, you can track through your Pixel or SDK, just like any other ad campaigns. So WhatsApp is just a step in between. But if the eventual purchase is happening on website and you have a Facebook Pixel integrated, then you can measure those events and report back on Ads Manager using your Facebook Ads Pixel, right? You can even optimize for those events if you want to. And if those are other events and maybe in-store conversions or any other web events, you can use offline conversions or conversions API to pass back those events back to Facebook Ads Manager for reporting and measurement. In terms of best practices, right? The most important part, right? And that's what I alluded to earlier, right? In this case, suppose you have set up the measurement funnel once the user messages you, once the user sends you the first message properly. So you know, okay, this particular user or this particular phone number messaged me, and this person actually ended up purchasing, or this actual person selected a product, but he didn't buy, right? So you have all that information and it's being tracked, right? But your phone number, you might be marketing your phone number at multiple sources, like I mentioned, right? You might have put that phone number on your website. You might have even put the phone number in your print ads or other digital ads. So how would you know that this particular message came from your Facebook ad, right? And that is important for your attribution and measurement, right? You exactly need to know how many messages or which messages originated from your Facebook ad, and then out of those users, how many converted into leads or sales, right? So how to attribute that first message? The recommended approach is to use a referral object, which is available with the API webhooks integration. And again, you should work with Haptic on that, and they will be able to implement it. So as part of that integration, we pass something like source ID, source type and source ID. So source type is in this case ad, and source ID is the ad ID. So you'll exactly know which Facebook ad the user clicked before they sent the first message. So that's the best way to attribute a particular message and the subsequent funnel to a Facebook ad. So you should make sure that you have implemented this for your campaigns. A simpler way would be to just read the text. For example, in the example on the right-hand side, if a user sent a message like, how much do your items cost? Then you can think, okay, this is the icebreaker we created with the ad, so this must be coming from the Facebook ad. But this is not a foolproof way. Like I mentioned, user can send their own message. So if they send hi instead of any of these messages, you might end up under attributing Facebook campaigns. So that's why we highly recommend that you use the first approach, which is the referral object, to attribute the campaigns. Second is, we've seen some advertisers make a mistake that they initiate a bot journey only if users send a specific message, which is not the right way. Like I said, it's a free-flowing text box. User can send any message. So your bot journey should be able to handle any scenario, right? If your user just says hello, then also you should ask the first question, okay, nice to meet you. What do you want to purchase? Something like that. So your bot journey should be able to handle any message that the user sends. That's the second best practices. Second best practice. And the third one is, which I mentioned earlier. Ideally, depending on which message the user is sending, you should initiate a slightly different journey, right? For example, in this case, if the user sends, where is your store located? You don't need to ask other questions, yeah? You can just ask the first question as, okay, can you share your location or can you share your PIN code? And then share the nearest location of the store according to that, right? If how much do your items cost, you don't ask location. Instead, you ask what is the, instead you tell what is the price of your product, right? So that's, you should initiate a relevant bot journey depending on what message the user is sending. So the bot journey is an extension to your ad creative, right? Ad creative is very important to get more users interested, make them click, and make them initiate the chat, right? But at the same time, if your bot journey is not intuitive, it's very text heavy, you are not using API features like buttons or list messages, and the journey is very cumbersome for users, no one will actually, it's not a good user experience, right? And you'll get poor performance from your ad campaigns. So it's important to use all API features and use as little text as possible, use more images, and to make the journey more intuitive and attractive to all users. If it's required for your business and you think and you have resources to do that, we also recommend to have a live agent handoff. If some of the queries the users have are not able to be addressed by the bot, right? Then you can have a manual agent either give them a call or maybe just chat with them on WhatsApp. It's also important to take an opt-in and opt-out. So while CTW is getting you new users, it's not necessary. Suppose 100 people start chatting with you, maybe only 5 will actually end up purchasing in that first leg, right? First journey. But remaining 95 are still leads for you, right? You have their phone numbers. You can send them messages later to engage with them, right? Suppose you run a campaign tomorrow, right? And only 5 people out of 100 actually end up purchasing. Near Diwali, you have some offer running, so you can send a notification, WhatsApp notification to remaining 95 that we have special offer running on Diwali. Would you like to make a purchase? So a lot of brands do that, but it's important to take an opt-in from the users or opt-out to make sure. What I mean by that, basically take an opt-in that they'll be interested to get messages from you in future, right? So that is key to this, so that they don't block you if you send them messages later, right? So messages objective is what we recommended earlier. So if your key goal is to get more conversations started on WhatsApp, use messages objective on your ads manager. But if your journey is ending on what on a website, right? Suppose you chat with users on WhatsApp, and then you take them to the website to complete the journey, right? Maybe you show that it could be either the payments link, or it could be a product details page or something else. If your journey is like that, you can also use conversion objective and optimize for campaign using the pixel you have integrated on the website. So that is also a possibility. But if your primary goal is to get more conversations on WhatsApp, you should use messages objective. And just like I mentioned, always integrate WhatsApp notification as part of the journey. And what I mean by that is, even during the first, like you can see in the example here, right? Again, this advertisers, the Thing Shop, they got users to the WhatsApp, to buy certain products like mugs. In this case, the user added the product to the cart but didn't buy. So the advertiser sent a WhatsApp notification, okay, do you still want to buy a rainbow mug, for example, right? You can also use this WhatsApp notification for upselling, right? In this case, this airline, right? A user purchased a ticket from this airline, right? And then the airline sent a user notification to asking them to upgrade to premium economy. So that's a upselling strategy. So you can use upselling, cross-selling. You can do upselling, cross-selling, and retargeting using WhatsApp notifications. That's a best practice we would highly recommend. I think you would be aware of this, but I'll just like to call out some good API features which you should be using in your journey. Call to action buttons like call to book or go to website. These are very useful. Reply buttons, definitely yes. It makes the journey very simple for users. They don't have to type any replies. They'll just have to press the button, like in this case, let us contact you, and that message automatically goes to the businesses. So that's you should use reply buttons more and more wherever possible. List messages, where you have multiple options which you want to give to the users, you should use list messages like the one shown here. And multi-product messages. So if you have a catalog, a Facebook catalog, you can integrate that catalog with WhatsApp business platform, and then use it to create a rule-based list of up to 30 products, which you can send to the user, right? And these rule-based, what I mean by that is that depending on the user inputs, you can create a list on the fly with product images, descriptions, names, prices, which are all fetched from your feed, from your catalog, I mean, and shown to the user. The user then can, just like an e-commerce experience, add products to the cart and send that cart to you to complete the checkout. So that's the multi-product message experience which we have available on the WhatsApp business platform. So that's about it. If you have any questions, you can type it on chat and I can start replying.
Hi, everyone. You can post your questions in the Q&A section, please.
I think we've got the first question, which is any standard ROI for e-commerce sellers. So Click to WhatsApp is a very new product, and unfortunately, we don't have any benchmarks to share with you. My answer to this query is that you should have your own ROI in your mind, depending on your cost per acquisition, your order value, and then see if the ads are working for you or not. And obviously, keep optimizing your ads and the bot journey to improve the ROI. Did you mention that the process of creating a CTW is same as creating one for send messages campaign on the ads manager? Yes, it is the same. So when you choose messages objective, you can create click to message ads, and we have 3 messaging platforms, right? One is WhatsApp, second is Messenger, and third is Instagram Direct. So you can create messaging campaigns for any of these 3, depending on your preference.
I think also what I would like to add is what a consumer sees as a CTA for some of these ads is send message. And I'm assuming that's where the question came from. So you're right, it's the same ad format.
Yeah. But if you create a click to WhatsApp campaign exclusively, then they'll see a WhatsApp as the CTA with the WhatsApp logo. If we run these type of ad, do we get ad credits? I think, Rutuja, if you want to answer that.
Yeah. So hi Sumit, so there is a pilot that we're currently running. Your POC at Interakt will be the right person to kind of help you with this.
Is this new? I've seen these options are already there on Ads Manager. So yes, you are right. These are not new. However, in last few months, we have made some significant product improvements, be it in terms of icebreakers, be it in terms of performance of the ads. So while this has been available on Ads Manager for quite some time, but you'll get much better results now.
We also have a few questions in the Q&A section.
Oh, okay. Just looking at, okay. Manan, are you able to see some questions in the Q&A section?
Yeah, I'm just seeing that. Yeah. These ads are different for orgasm. They are way to Interakt as well. Rutuja, do you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll answer that. So currently, Jaideep, the way you can run these click to WhatsApp ads is from the ads manager directly. But we are working with Interakt as well, where potentially in the future, you will be able to run these ads directly from the Interakt platform itself, from the dashboard. So that's in the works. It'll take some time. So for now, it's going to be the ads manager.
Right. How will pricing work for ads and then conversations from those ads? So I think pricing, you would have a commercial model with haptic, but in general, when you run click to WhatsApp ads, it's only the ads cost which you have to incur, which like any other ad, right? You pay per impression. But once the user starts a conversation from the ad, that particular conversation or that particular session is completely free of cost. I mean, the 24-hour window, irrespective of how many messages you send, those are not charged. So when a user clicks an ad and comes to you, and then you can chat with them for 24 hours, and there's no messaging cost involved for those 24 hours.
Seeing more questions on the chat thread.
Okay.
One says, will you be sharing the deck after this meeting? Manan, is this shareable?
Yeah, I think we can.
And
maybe
also
we'll
the
make
video,
minor edits, but we'll send it. Yeah.
Correct. The doc can be shared. Also, the video is recorded. So you can always it'll be shared with you after the session. So you can feel free to go look at the doc, which will be shared in the video, as well as hear Manan talk through it.
How come we know that we are running click to WhatsApp ads? I'm not sure I understand this question. One is that you'll start getting more messages on your WhatsApp. Secondly, on Ads Manager also, there's a metric, Ads Manager reporting, there's a metric called conversations started, which you will start seeing. So if that's not available as default, you can customize your columns and add conversations started as a metric to track how many conversations were started on your WhatsApp ads, because through your WhatsApp ads, basically, through your click to WhatsApp ads. Meta has been showing errors when such an ad is submitted. I'll have to open the doc to see what error is that. Sorry, I can't view the error. If you can tell me what kind of error you are getting, I might be able to help.
I see the error is primarily from a messenger perspective. Again, like Manan mentioned, not sure what the error is. However, CDWA is active. and you can go and run a CTWA, like a click to WhatsApp ad right away. So those two aren't really correlated to each other from what I am aware. But if you can share what exactly the error is, we can kind of double click on it.
Is there any option we can send message to user after 24 hours? Yes, there is. Like I said, if anyone messages you on WhatsApp, you have their phone number, right? So even if you don't respond to them immediately, you can go back to them anytime later and send them a WhatsApp notification. I think Rutuja already answered the promotional credits question, so I won't repeat that. Apurv has a question in Q&A. We usually advertise and we also get support from Meta team in working on our ads. So will there be similar support that we will receive from WhatsApp team so that our ads are run in the right manner? So if you're already receiving support from the Facebook team on your other ads, you will get similar support for your click to WhatsApp ads also. You can reach out to your POC and they'll help you in any way possible.
Yeah, just to also double click, if you already have support, Apurv, they should be able to like help answer any questions when it comes to like setting up, if you're running into any technical issues, etc.
Is there user consent assumed when user clicks on the click to WhatsApp? So yes, for that particular conversation, since it's the user who saw the ad, user who clicked on the ad, and then user who sent the first message, it's automatically assumed that user wants to send the message. So there's no consent required for that conversation. But if you want to send notifications after 24 hours or after 1 day, 2 day, or basically anytime in future, you should ideally take an opt-in from the user that are you okay getting more messages from us in future?
I think those are all the questions, Rupak.
Yeah. So, are there any more questions? We'll just wait for a few seconds and see.
If there are no questions right now, Rupak, you can also like probably collate them after the session and like
Right.
send it to us, and we're happy to kind of answer them post the session.
Definitely. Yes. I think, yeah, now I guess there are no more questions. But yeah, if any other questions come later, I will definitely call it and share it.
Okay.
All right. So should we call it?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Manan. It was really an insightful session. I mean, learned a lot of new things. I have myself experienced click to WhatsApp ads earlier, and as a customer as well as an advertiser. But this was really an insightful session. There were really excited about the new, icebreaker experience, right? So that will really, it's a good, added improvement in this particular type of ads, and definitely our clients would also love to experience, they would love to try this out. So yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rutuja, for your time. It was really an insightful session. So, all right. So thank you so much, our clients, for joining in today. I hope you found the session helpful. We will soon come up with the next updates regarding this program. So yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.